On today's show, Glen's got beautiful spring weather at his back while he chronomid fishes for trout. He's timed it right and there's fish everywhere. Fly selection can prove success or failure in this tricky business. But first, Glen and fishing buddy Eric swing into action for a last chance at sockeye. Glen discusses fishing methods, highlights a couple of popular flies, and shares some common knowledge up next. Scout Brothers Fishing Adventures is sponsored in part by Cortland, 90 years of fly fishing experience. Berkeley, catch more fish. Rapala holds the world record for world records. It's late August, and if you're a sockeye fisherman, it's last call. Here, Glen and Eric attempt to hook onto a few final fish in the run. With heavy sink tips, the guys will scour the bottom looking for results.
Hi, I'm Glen Kilcup and welcome to the show. This week, I'm with Eric Cote, a friend of mine here in the Skeena region. We're fishing for sockeye this week, Eric. Tell me what's going on with your secret hole here.
It's been good for the last few weeks, Glen. We've been catching pretty regular sockeye here. It's been a little slow since the last week. I think we're pretty much at the end of the run. They're getting bigger too. You can notice they're about 10, 12 pound average. But still lots of chromers coming on by.
Well, you know, you bothered me for about 2 weeks to come and fish, and I said, well, okay, I finally get out in the last couple days. We fished it. We did pretty darn good, eh?
Oh, we did.
Like you say, it is coming to the end of the run. This has been a real strange year in the Skeena region this year. We've had a lot of high flood waters, which have really changed the overall fishing for everything, eh?
It sure did, yeah.
But so far, we've been able to capitalize, and hopefully we're going to show the viewers exactly what we're talking about. Let's get right at her.
Let's get at her, Glen. Yep. He's going to be first today to break it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Sockeye.
All right, way to go.
That's a coho, isn't it?
Could be a sockeye or a coho.
All right. Okay, Eric, you can help me land the fish.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, there it goes. Too bad.
Zero in one, Glen.
That's what happens.
That was a good fish.
That looked like a coho.
It looked like a sockeye to me, but it could have been a coho.
Pretty chrome.
Yeah, it was a chrome fish, that's for sure. Okay, my turn now.
Yeah. Well, the fishing we're doing this week, of course, is fly fishing. And we're using two different methods. I'm using a single-handed rod on a 9-weight rod, 910 actually. And I started off with about 525 grain. I'm in fast current, I want to be on the bottom, but I did cut the sink tip down almost in half. That reduced a lot of the snag ups I was having. A couple different ways we're working today. Eric's got the spare rod going. Now the nice thing about spare rod is you can pick up the line with no false casting and you can put it right out there. Where me, I'm doing a little bit more fighting. I have to actually do a couple of false casts to get it exactly where I want. Sink tip with the proper weight is everything. You don't necessarily need to be dragging the bottom, but you have to have the fly to present straight down current. So what I'm trying to do is I'm casting out a pretty good fly cast. As it swings in, I mend a couple of times, and that keeps the fly line straight downstream, and of course my presentation has the fly straight onto the fish. Sockeye, it's all right. I'll float down past you. Hang on to him. Maybe you got the right setup there now. Sockeye.
See, first cast. I put a 2
Yeah,
foot
see,
of
that's good.
heavier line on it.
Oh yeah, nice fish. Look at that, eh? Well, you're gonna keep that one, so it's okay.
Dandy. That's a dandy.
It's a beauty. Look at that. Pop that fly out of there.
Beautiful fish.
Smile. Hee-hee. Hey, buddy, nice fish.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that'll
It's
be your
nice and
first.
dandy
That'll be
fish,
your
eh?
first fish for the day, and so you're allowed one more. Really cool. So you got the sink tip down finally,
Yeah, I
Perfect.
just had a section of 2 feet on,
right?
and it just worked perfectly since then. I had a couple of hookups.
Yeah. And the sockeye are on the bottom. They're easy to get, but you have to be sure they get that like we've seen, eh? You've got to be sure to get the right lead line
you gotta be
in
right
the
in the
right
strike zone.
area, in the strike
Exactly.
zone. Nice fish, bud. Right
Oh,
on.
what
Good
a
for you.
blast, man.
Right on. Right on. Well, this week we're fly fishing, and this is not rocket science. This week, it's basically purple flies. This is the egg-sucking leech, purple, a little bit of gold hackle, red head, and this fly, in all my fly fishing success in the last couple of years at this time of the year, this has been the absolute best one. Another one that's really producing this year too is the freight train, which is a little fly, and it's so small and hardly, it's purple and a little bit of red, but it's so small with any color I would not have considered that to be a good fly. But it's also caught a lot of great fish today. Right on, Eric.
Hey, there's quite a bit of sockeye coming on today.
Yeah, it's good, eh?
Yeah. What a blast.
Yeah.
That same egg-sucking leech, Glen.
As the day progressed, Eric's luck improved. The sockeye salmon is at the top of the list when it comes to retention. This is why catch quotas in some areas change frequently to balance out the numbers and keep the fishermen into fish.
And it's in the mouth, and it's chrome. Oh my goodness, nice fish. Look at that. Right on the top.
Glen. Oh, sorry.
All right. Look pretty chrome.
Nice fish. It's funny how you find your smile so fast.
And it's in the mouth. That ties us up there, buddy. That's trouble. This looks like a little sockeye again. Oh my
It's like
goodness.
another of your 14-inch
It could
sockeyes.
be. It could be another big
They'll
3
save yours.
points.
Either
It's
that
a
or tiny little
sockeye.
pink.
No, it's a pink.
It's a pink. It's
I think. It's pretty chrome. There's a really nice fresh chrome pink. They don't get any better than that. And that's a doe, and the males have the big hump. Nice fish. Let him go. Oh, jeez. He's away. Fish on, right on. What do you got down there?
In the mouth too. My purple period of my own version.
Right on.
Second cast, he took it, dude.
He wants to run, let him. He's
It's
red.
in the mouth.
Looks like it's a big sockeye or a red spring.
See that when I got it?
Big sockeye. Wow, get him in. Woohoo! Look at that, eh?
Look at that little fly. Can I show it to your camera? A little wet right now, but I guess it looks good in the water. That's for sure. This fly got destroyed in 2 casts. Oh. Whew. Oh, that's good.
That's great.
Well, I tell you what, man, that's the best fish. That's the best fight I ever gotten that rod so far.
No kidding. Good sized sockeye. Starting to get a little bit colored, but still real good shape, eh? And like I say, today is a retention day for us, getting close to the end of the sockeye. It's a great eating fish, so we're keeping a few today, Eric. Right on, buddy. That means we got one more
What a
to keep.
blast, dude. What a blast.
Rock.
Fish on.
Fish on. Sockeye.
He's not ready to come yet. In the mouth too, dude. That's number 4 in the mouth.
That's good, eh?
It's a pink. It's a pink.
Pink. Oh,
Bright,
geez.
fresh pink.
Another fresh pink, eh? That's
They
cool.
almost look
Doe,
like
eh?
a sockeye when they jump.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
That's the fresh of the day.
That was like the last pink I caught. It was just brand new.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Chrome as it gets.
What a beauty. What a beauty.
Okay, well today it's some real snaggy conditions. And I do have all the tools here to tie all the fancy knots to leader line, to the fly line, leader line. But for those who don't have all the tie fast tools and are a little bit confused on tying some of these knots, there's a bunch of little simple things that you could know. And a real easy knot, and my fingers are just terrible for this kind of stuff, old mechanic hands. But I take basically, I put a loop in the leader line, just like so. And I've got about 5 or 6 inches of line past that, just hanging. Now I just take the loop and I lay it on top of the main line, just like that. And then what I do, pinch that off and grab the tag end. And I grab the tag end and I wrap it around the loop 4 or 5 times. And it's a tough one to tie sometimes. Now, once you've got it wrapped around, take your tag end and stick it through your loop and hold that end. Now grab the whole knot and just gently snug the main line, just gently snug the main line of the existing leader line down. Now I say just gently because now you want to be able to adjust the leader line down past onto the main line. If you pull it too tight right away, then you're going to lose a few inches of your main line, and of course that's your weight sink tip leader, so you don't want to be losing any of that. So now once you've snugged it, slide it down to where it's pretty close. Hold on to this end, pull, and there you've got it. And that's just a real quick knot. I think that's like an Albright knot, I'm not sure, but again, like I said, I'm not really a religious fly fisherman, but I get the job done. And that's what's important in fishing. Snip off the remaining head of your fly line, and then trim off the leader line, and you've got it beat. Now all you want is about 4 feet of line after your sink tip, because we are scouring the bottom, like I said today, really, really low in the bottom. And there you have it. Works just fine. Slips through the eyes, no problem. And then I'll tie on my freight train. And this is just your standard, I mean, there's a lot of knots. Some people are really adamant about tying special knots a certain way. Me, I'm 4 or 5 times around, back through the last loop, snug it, and you're good to go. And usually for what we're doing here today, that will suffice. Trim the end, and you're right back in the game.
Coming up, Glen tries to match the hatch as he chronomids for trout. Stay tuned.
Hey, welcome back. You know, I'm really excited about getting back onto a lake. I'm fishing around the province in a lot of different river systems, and that's where the boat works the hardest. So whenever I get a chance to let my hair down on some flat, calm water, I take full advantage and open her up a little. Hey, it keeps those groups of hatched insects out of your hair. The trip has started a little slow as I try to figure out what patterns will work. They're rising, but no takers. This is the tough part of chronomid fishing.
A lot of fish here. We haven't seen anything of real big size yet because the lake is known for some pretty large fish. But this is good. Just gonna get him around here. Just that little bit of a weight on the end of that 4-pound fly line, and that boat, the fish is pulling the boat to shore. Oh yeah, nice fish. There he is. We haven't seen anything really clean yet, but this is just fine. You'd think with all these fish, and there must be a few hundred fish right around the boat, it would be real easy, but it's still not. They're really particular on what they're taking. Okay, here he is. That's a doe. That's a decent 2 or 3 anyway. Nice fish. Beautifully clear water. You know, this is what we say, folks, in our show is keep it clean, let's respect it. And if you look around where I'm fishing today, there's beer cans everywhere in the water and all kinds of garbage, and that's just too bad. Because this place is a trophy fishery, and man, if we want to keep it good, then we have to try and do things and take steps to keep it that way. And by picking up your garbage, that's one of the things that you really have to do. Okay, come on there, baby.
Let the fish hawk and the host of Scott Brothers Fishing Adventures, Glen Kilcup, guide you to some of the fishiest waters in Terrace, British Columbia, Canada. Fish various river systems for dynamic steelhead, tackle busting chinook, and silver bright coho, just to mention a few of the elite fish you'll be targeting. Eco tours and wildlife viewing only add to your experience of a lifetime. Looking for a world-class fishing trip? Contact us, scudfishing@telus.net.
I found a group of fish, and this is just after the spawn. So it's not that it's really that hard to get them, although surprisingly yesterday I spent all day and seen fish just like this, couldn't even touch a fish. Using the same thing, and what we're doing, we're using chronomid, which is a little microscopic fly, and the fish have advanced now into the microleech stage, and the mayfly hats is just about ready to start. I'm probably even a little bit early for topwater feeding. A lot of people retained the fish when they caught them here, not realizing that because it is a relatively shallow lake, the fish really don't taste good. A lot of the fish here in this region in British Columbia, they inhabit shallow lakes. And because of the fact that they are shallow, the fish have a little bit of a muddy taste. So you know, it's great sport fishing, but don't really want to keep the fish to eat because they don't taste that good. But they can get pretty big. So this is okay. I've gone to a purple microleech now, and I know that in this time of the season it's better to get into the reds and the blacks, and this year I seen them offering the purple, first time I seen it. And you know, you always say you go with what you know. Well, I've never tried purple, so I never used it. So maybe for the first day I got skunked because I never used the purple. But purple today, 2 fish right off the bat. And when things are happening with the trout on the fly, when it's chronomid time, everything has to be exact. It's a long fish anyway. Oh, jeez. Can't hold him. Just can't hold him. He's gone. Okay, I'm slimed. Fly fishing is very rewarding when it's happening. And we're at a lake here this week. And I really do a lot of lake fishing. I miss it actually. You get on these rivers a lot. And you forget about what it's like to get on a lake and target some of these rainbows at the right time of year. This is just great. So when fly fishing is actually productive, it's a lot of fun. He's running pretty good. I have no idea where he is though. You can see my indicator. He's coming around. Now it's about a month, a little bit less than a month since the ice has come off. There he is, getting right close to the boat. There he is. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Take right off. All right. That was a little dark. Okay. There, hooks out. Yeah, just a little rainbow. Now this lake has two different types of strains of rainbows. Whoops, he's out of there. And that one is not a native fish for this lake. It's from a river called the Blackwater. And you can tell here because they nipped the adipose fin. And he's a little dark. He's a Blackwater rainbow. Okay, let's get back out there and try it again.